guys, welcome back. It's Dawn. Welcome to the newcomers and welcome back to my followers. Today I am going to do just a fun, bright pop of color on a black base. And I'm going to use my new comb. So I've not used this yet. As you can see, it's still like new. And I had a really hard time finding a comb with wide teeth that were flat and not kind of curved to for the shape of your head. But I did find this one, and it works. But the tail curved down so that it would hit the paint. So I just hit it with my heat gun and got it up out of the way. I'll cut that off later with my Dremel tool or something. But I'm going to use this comb today. I am also going to be swiping, and at this point I'm thinking with my deep gold. That could change depending on how my colors look down on the base, and I'm going to use a black base with lots of really bright neons and bright colors. So I'll call color names out as I go. Before I do that, I wanted to show you my really pretty custom pigment mix. This is 2 Arteza pigments. I believe sapphire blue and moss green. And then to get a little more green to it, I added, what is this called? It's dark green. It's an acrylic ink. And I came up with this color that actually is much more cooperative than this little piggy tail feather. And the color is very similar. It's not quite as dark. So just wanted to show you that before I get started. So I'm using Sherwin-Williams Color to Go Tricorn Black for my pillow. Now, before I pour this down, I'm just going to tell you I'm having a wicked time with my my paints drying very quickly, skinning over around the edges, leaving a ring where the pillow is. So that being said, I need to work very quickly once I get going. So my decision making process is going to be on the fly. So that being said, let's get into it. And I'm going to put this pillow down, make sure I have enough, and get it smoothed right out over the edges. And I'm going to do, the reason I'm using the Tricorn Black is because I'm going to do almost a faux pillow-like look with my interference pigments on top of this black, and then put my colors on. So I've never really done anything exactly like this before, so you're bearing witness as to whether it succeeds or fails. So I'm quickly moving this right out over the edge because I don't want that ridge dried in like I've had multiple times. Just quickly getting it all the way out over the edge. Anybody who is blooming in the desert like a cactus knows this story all too well. It's pretty frustrating. The challenges I have faced, completely unprepared and unaware, have been numerous. So I'm just sort of kind of, I guess I'm trying to work through every little obstacle and challenge as it comes up. So I've got my colors down, and I've got 2 polycolor pigment Amsterdam pearl mixes. I've got the pearl blue and the pearl violet. And what I'm going to do with these is, let's see, we're going to go diagonal. So I'm going to put quite a lot of this down. I want this to really show up in the background. And this is the violet, that was the blue. Okay, so now that I have that down, I am going to take my palette knife and just sort of gently swipe. Oops, got a little bit into the pillow there. And I'm just going to fix this a little. Not that it matters. I'm going to move this back and that's going to flow right off. Don't want to lose too much of my pillow. Okay, get squared up again because my wood spinner is warped, crazy warped, and I haven't done anything about it yet. Okay, so we're going to start with, I'm going to use the darker pigment. So this is my mix. Let's see, how do we want to do this? Yep. And then I'm using TLP Sea Glass. And honestly, I don't know where the comb comes in, but whatever. This is Amsterdam's Cobalt Blue. And this is semi-opaque, which is why I'm putting it on top of the two pigments. And then I have Artist Loft Neon Violet. Wait a minute. I'm actually going to use the Arteza Pearl Raspberry Red. And I have Amsterdam's Reflex Rose. And I'm going to use the Interference Violet again on top of that Reflex Rose. And then the Neon Violet. I discovered this color when I was at Michael's getting some other things, and I thought, oh, that's fully transparent. I think I need that. So I got it. And then I'm just going to put a little bit of this semi-opaque, just like that. And Gold Cell Activator. This is Amsterdam's Deep Gold. And let me think about my swipe. Oh, see, I'm going to have that ridge because I'm moving too slowly. Just going to move it out again. It's really super annoying when that dries and you can see it. Okay. I'm going to use my small palette knife, small-ish. And we're going straight across, just like that. Theoretically, the combing should pull all those colors out for me. Excuse me. Just going to let those cells kind of do their thing for a minute. Okay. Wish me luck. Going right in the center. Well, that is certainly interesting. Just following the line that I had before. I honestly don't know how I feel about that. I mean, the comb works perfectly, but I don't know that I'm really that good at the comb technique, just like with the pleats. You know. I'm gonna get it moving. Oh, that's gonna make my lines wonky, so I'm just gonna spin. So let's get it going. Kind of looks like a fish fossil right now. I love this. It's not going to stay on, but I love it. More tilt. So this is Friday, June 21st. And this will be dry by morning, enough so that I can show you what it looks like dry. And I will get the video up, so you'll be seeing the video tomorrow. And it's early enough in the day to give this time to dry. I do put a box over these to slow the drying process on the surface, simply because everything was cracking. Oh, and I snapped that shut and popped paint all over myself. I'd like to keep it these, but I don't know if that's going to dry all that well. Cells aren't wonky. It's got a really interesting swirly fishbone center that I like a lot. Well, it looks like I'm keeping that icky part because I'm not seeing any more paint movement. I'm going to hold this away from me as it snaps closed so I don't get a splatter of paint in my face again. Yeah, there's not a whole lot I can do about that corner because the paint has stopped moving. Just Gonna give it a hard tilt. Ooh, these sides are cool. Yeah, it's pretty much not moving. And I have one stubborn bubble. The rest is bubble free because these paints have been mixed up for a bit. All right, I am going to bring you in for a close-up of this wildly colorful fishbone, and then bring you back for the dried results. Okay, so this is that corner I wanted to preserve because of the contrast between the black and the violet, and this is kind of cool too. So this is my weird corner. I can live with it. It's fine. And all the way across the fishbone. Great cells up at the tail. Looks really cool. It's very shimmery. I wish I could pick that up on this camera, but not so much. It's pretty awesome. So, I'll see you back in just a minute. So it dried really well, actually, and very slowly with the box over top to prevent the surface from drying too quickly and cracking. It has the typical sheen and shimmer that you would expect from pigments and pearl paints, and I really love the contrast here where the comb kind of dragged the interference pigment and pearls, and then this little area of cells is cool. I still think it looks like a fish fossil, but I just have to work on my composition and think things through a little bit better. However, this is pretty cool. I do like it. So thanks for watching. Thanks for sticking with me this far, and I will catch up with you guys next week. Have a great weekend. Bye for now.